AM 1220 KHTS, your real estate and financial experts, making sure you win in every market. Your financial partners, Don and Gino.
Well, it's not Don and Gino anymore. It's just Gino in here. Somehow, with Don's gas comment, we've evacuated the vault.
Yes, no. If you just tuned to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, we were talking about gas prices. We said, well, Gino, when we come back, has gas. And he decided to clear out the room. Now, we're all here with you, as we are every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., right here on AM 1220 KHTS. In our new custom-built studio called The Vault, right here in Cherry Creek. Yeah,
in fact, I want to invite you to The Vault because the chat room is getting a little spicy today, so I want you to join us in the chat room.
Thanks for that, Ken.
Yeah, our incredible guest, Ken Harris with First American Exchange, is helping that happen. So,
and I can't see it.
And you can't? That's good. He can't
even
see
defend myself.
Nope. I'm the moderator, so bring it on. So you can do that at donandgino.com. Just hit the watch and chat live button, and let's beat up on Ken a little bit.
That's right. And Ken, we'll let you beat back up on Scott Crayon, who's kind of picking on us a little bit here.
Yeah, I'll get him later.
He's giving you a hard time. Something about, do you even remember going to New Orleans or something like that?
I've never been.
I like that. No comment.
That excuse. So thank you again for joining us every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Our goal every week, of course, is to help guide you to personal and financial wellness. And we do that by giving you updates on what's really happening right now in the markets right now. Not what is sensationalized, not what the media puts a spin on or political spins or anything. This is just what's really happening. And I'm proud of us, Gino. We've been basically pretty spot on now for 2.5 years. When we call a spade, guess what? That card turns up.
Well, and here's a good example of that. It's probably been now either 3 or 4 weeks that I've been mentioning that the initial claims report was going to start being skewed by seasonal employment. And today we saw a great initial claims report, nice low number in the low 320s. And unfortunately, of course, I'm reading this article in the morning, and it says, and this is starting to get skewed by seasonal employment. I'm like, yeah, that's like 4 weeks old news for me. So we knew that was going to happen. This year, it was something that's interesting, an interesting phenomenon for this year, the numbers. It's starting earlier. I don't know if you guys heard that Walmart has officially announced that Black Friday is now this Friday.
In July 5th.
Christmas is going up in August. Seems like lately.
It's crazy, huh?
It's like magazine subscriptions. Remember that? You get like the November episode, and you're like, we're still in February. What the hell?
No doubt. And you recognize that voice that just tuned in with us, Mr. Ken Harris with First American Exchange. Yes, he's been on before, and he'll be back again because he is in the know and shares some great information that all of you need to know about. We're talking 1031 exchanges. Like I said, a lot of people go, oh, I let my CPA handle that. It has nothing to do with it. It's an opportunity that you need to listen to, and Ken's going to share that with us. Let's just finish up a little bit on the word on wealth, and then Ken will dive into your topic.
Sounds good.
Sound cool?
Yep.
All right. One thing now, how about some big numbers? B of A and Chase settle. Holy cow! Meaning we're going to go through all your books to find out if you guys did stuff not quite kosher. And they said, no, how much does it cost?
Right. Yeah. How do I cut a check so you don't go through our books? Because we know we didn't do things right.
Right. And some of it's not even their own. On their defense, a lot of the larger companies were almost forced, I'm going to say they were basically forced to take on some of the smaller banks that were going under.
Not only smaller banks. Let's talk reality. Yeah. Chase was forced to take on WAMU, a monster.
Okay, and BofA was forced to take on Countrywide,
right.
the number one mortgage lender in the country.
Yeah, I wouldn't call those small banks. I mean, they were forced to take on these massive banks. So whatever those banks...
pill. Swallow this.
So whatever those banks were doing wrong, they're now liable for.
Exactly.
And I do think that the reason they're being let off the hook for liability in exchange for money is because it was forced on them. I think if they were really responsible for those things,
they wouldn't let them off.
They wouldn't let them off.
And a lot of you, the reason we bring that up is you're going to say, how come they're getting let off the hook? There's a lot involved in behind the scenes. And we're talking B of A settled for $8.5 billion.
You got to put your pinky next to your mouth.
Yes, I do. Yeah, you can't see it on the radio, but if you go to donandgino.com, you can see us in the vault. That's right. Go to donandgino.com. And Wells settled for $13 billion. So now, since we're on that topic, we've had a lot of layoffs. We had interest rates that went up because one person just said we may stop printing money, basically, or buying mortgage-backed securities, which control interest rate. Just by the mere mention of it. Didn't do it. Didn't even show a sign of doing. Just said, "What if?" And rates went up 1.5% in literally weeks, and just pummeled the mortgage industry. And therefore, there's been quite a few layoffs. To give you some idea, the mortgage layoffs in a 3-month period, the last quarter, third quarter, almost 18,000 basically bank employees, but a lot of loan officers basically were laid off.
Well, I think it's a lot of loan officers, processors, underwriters, staff, just in general. And you know, it's the reality, and it's mostly in the large institutions, Don.
Right.
A lot of, you know, mid-sized lenders like Cherry Creek, we don't have those types of issues because we're not as dependent on refinances. We've always been purchase organizations that are committed to putting keys in your hand, and organizations
the dream of home ownership.
There you go.
Yes, and we want to thank you for supporting Cherry Creek Mortgage, because that allows us to keep our staff, because these are the best people you will ever know. They really care about you. They absolutely love you. They work their tails off nonstop. We don't have to, you know, put balls and chain on their feet. They love helping you get into.
You took those off?
A new home. Yes. Yep. They've proven they don't need them. But yeah, we, you know, our team loves helping you with the dream of homeownership, whether it's purchasing your first home, purchasing your bigger home, which you need to do now before rates go up and before prices go up, because they will. The housing market has slowed some, but it had to. So don't dive into the sensationalism that, oh no, we're heading into bubble 2, bubble 3. Just go out and buy a home. It's wonderful. It's called homeownership. This is one of the best times you'll ever be able to do it.
Or, I love this, and Ken will bring you in on this, is investment properties. Still a great time. Still a really great time. In fact, probably a booming time for your business with all the equity that's been made in the last 2 years. A great time to take the equity you've made in the last 2 years and roll it into something bigger.
Yeah, I mean, 1031 exchange is big now. We're real busy. It's a tax shelter for the investors that are selling their investment property that they held on to. And instead of paying Uncle Sam the taxes, nobody likes to pay the taxes. No. They just go ahead and reinvest into other real estate and defer their capital gain tax.
All right. So on that topic, you're going, okay, he just caught my attention. If you're listening, you probably went, wait, no paying Uncle Sam? How do I do that? Okay, so Ken,
and not put handcuffs on.
Oh, good point. There's a key.
There's plenty of ways to do that.
I guess I shouldn't. Yeah, that's a good disclaimer.
Yeah.
And not go to jail.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that note, since you have a great way to do that without sending all of our listeners to jail, let's go deep on what a 1031 exchange is and how you help them with that. It's key.
Well, 1031 is the tax code. It's the tax shelter that they give us that allows them to sell, you know, investment property. And, you know, on your gain right now, not only is there appreciation on properties, but tax rates somewhat went up this year. So that's forcing people to at least talk about 1031 exchange more. So what they do is they sell property, their investment property that they held onto. It can't be a flip property. And they go ahead, sell it. Within 180 days, they have to reinvest it into other real estate from the close of escrow of the property they sell. Within 45 days from the close of escrow, they must identify what they're going to purchase.
They have to choose what they're going to purchase after selling the other place.
So if you close escrow today, 45 days from today, we have to identify what's going to be purchased.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily have to be an escrow or a contract.
So you can plan ahead, though.
Yes, you can plan ahead.
I mean, you could have 4 or 5 properties kind of identified already, or an area at least.
It's possible. Now they limit. You want to have property identified, hopefully prior to even closing the property that you're selling.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I mean, if people go, oh, now I got 45 days to find a home. You can start preparing ahead of time before you even sell. Go, okay, these are the areas we're looking at. So you can actually plan ahead.
You want to plan ahead because once you get in that 45-day period, it gets really stressful.
All right.
So yeah, and then 180 days to close. A lot of people, you know what real estate agents are doing lately is I see them putting 30-day extensions, options for 30-day extensions on the close of the sale, because once the close of escrow happens, time starts ticking. So if you could delay that close of escrow, then time doesn't start ticking until. So they're looking for replacement property even prior to the close of escrow.
See, this is what I love having you here, Ken Harris with First American Exchange. He's here, and he's going to stay here even after our next little break we're heading to here in a minute, going into details that you need to know. These are like nice little setup about if you put a 30-day delay on the close, if you set up this, you properly prepare this. You're sharing ways for our clients, a lot of you out there, to save them a lot of money on taxes. Because a lot of times, if they don't do this, they have to pay capital gains.
Yeah, which could be huge. Hundreds of thousands in some circumstances.
So you're like a little elf giving away money.
Well, I don't know if I give it away, but I help them.
All right, so we have Santa Claus himself in the Don and Gino studio, Mr. Ken Harris, sharing with you how you can save possibly tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we're going to go in depth on how we can do that. We come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS. Don't go away.
If you'd like